This is the Toyota Land Cruiser. It's a versatile on-road, off-road vehicle that's available as a roomy, comfortable station wagon, as a useful all-purpose hardtop, or as a hard-working, go-anywhere utility. On the road, the Land Cruiser is a fast, economical vehicle. Indeed, it's the fastest vehicle of its type available in Australia. But it's in off-road operation that the Land Cruiser stars. Up front is a 6-cylinder, 155 horsepower engine of 3.8-litre capacity. This gives you the power to go anywhere, on and off the road. The power is applied to the wheels through a 4-speed transmission with a 2-speed transfer combined with 4-wheel drive. It's built tough, Toyota tough, and the high ground clearance gives it uncanny ability to cross the roughest terrain. The high front clearance gives the Land Cruiser the ability to tackle the steepest slope, while the high rear clearance ensures that the tail cannot drag. The driver sits up high with exceptional visibility. This gives the driver a feeling of safety and control almost under any condition. The wide range of gear combinations available gives the Land Cruiser tremendous off-road capability. For extra traction in mud or snow, use 4-wheel drive high range. Use 4-wheel drive low range for really steep slopes. For rocky terrain, also use 4-wheel drive low range. At water crossings, select 4-wheel drive low range. The Land Cruiser's power and toughness gives the experienced driver the ability to tackle a drive upstream against a river if necessary. On the open road, the driver selects 2-wheel drive and the Land Cruiser is as safe and comfortable as a conventional vehicle. The change to 4-wheel drive can be achieved at speeds in excess of 50 miles per hour. An experienced driver can change from 4-wheel drive high range to 4-wheel drive low range without bringing the vehicle to rest. Operating the Land Cruiser in sand requires skill and care. However, with practice and experience, the driver can tackle some ferocious country with relative ease. If you're driving an unloaded vehicle, select 4-wheel drive high range and approach the sand at a steady speed. Don't use too much power, otherwise problems will arise. In this case, reverse up and try again. This helps pack down a firmer base to assist the vehicle to get through. Where the vehicle gets bogged down persistently, the tires should be deflated to increase flotation, and where the Land Cruiser is in constant use in sandy conditions, special sand tires should be fitted. Muddy conditions and snow are no problem for the Land Cruiser. Select 4-wheel drive high range and travel at as high a speed as possible without losing control of the vehicle. Use the engine to slow the vehicle and stay off the accelerator as much as possible. The Toyota Land Cruiser is built tough, Toyota tough, and the enormous strength in the chassis enables it to withstand constant stress and strain. In rocky ground, the technique is to select four-wheel drive low range and travel at a slow, steady speed. Together with the high ground clearance, this enables you to get over some really formidable obstacles. When you need to travel really slowly, select four-wheel drive, low range, and set the hand throttle. The Land Cruiser will inch along at a snail's pace. Water crossings are no problem to the Land Cruiser driver. The positions of the main electrical gear and the specially protected plugs gives the Land Cruiser the ability to tackle water obstacles that would swamp a lesser vehicle. After inspecting for depth and snags, use the hand throttle to set a constant speed and select four-wheel drive low range. Never change gear in midstream, as this could lead to water between the clutch and pressure plate and lead to excessive wear. Hitting a water crossing at speed is dangerous. It could cause you to become unsighted and damage your vehicle. A slow, constant speed sets up a small bow wave ahead of the Land Cruiser. This forms a vacuum pocket underneath the engine compartment and prevents water splashing over the engine. After every crossing, apply the brakes a few times while traveling slowly to dry out the linings. Steep, rough slopes are probably the most dangerous obstacle you'll face because of the danger of tipping your vehicle. Therefore, always treat any slope with care. First, select the right combination of gears and approach the slope at a slow, steady speed. The skilled operator can get his Land Cruiser through some amazing obstacles and even over loose, rocky terrain. The rewards for practicing these driving skills will be well worth it. Always use a direct line to the top of the slope and pump the accelerator slightly to get engine revs slightly above and below the vehicle speed to increase wheel bite and grip. Wheel grip can be further increased by swinging the wheel from side to side for increased traction. If your Land Cruiser should stall, quickly shift into reverse and back down the slope on engine compression. Never back down a slope on brakes alone, as this could cause you to lose control of the vehicle. Use engine compression only. If obstacles force you to travel across the face of a slope, always try to select a line as close to the direct route as possible and make turns quickly. Of course, there are some places where the Land Cruiser can't operate. In fact, it could get into a very tricky situation. In this case, the vehicle is fitted with a winch. The cable is attached to the base of a solid object. After a little open-cut mining, the Land Cruiser is rescued. With vehicles and winches, we mean Toyota tough. There's miles and miles of fun in a Land Cruiser. There's loads of work and many, many miles of enjoyment for everyone. But your Land Cruiser is only as good as the service you give it. Always consult your Toyota dealer about the right care for your Land Cruiser. He's the expert, and he knows what sort of service schedule you'll need. Under normal road driving and light off-road conditions, the usual owner manual maintenance schedule is usually sufficient to keep your Land Cruiser operating smoothly and efficiently. But under extremely dusty conditions, parts like your air filter should be checked constantly. Under heavy off-road operation, the brake and clutch fluid levels should be checked daily. If your Land Cruiser is fitted with free-wheeling hubs, remember to make sure to lock them before getting off the road. Heavy off-road operation places strain on bearings and seals. These should be checked constantly, especially if your travel involves a lot of water crossing. And make sure that the clutch adjustment is always exactly as laid down in your owner manual. The Toyota Land Cruiser is built tough. Tough enough to take all the punishment you and this country can hand out. Properly maintained and serviced, the rewards in terms of work done and enjoyment will be limitless. Toyota Land Cruiser. It makes it all possible.